What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Break Room. Today, if you notice, we're not in the shop or the studio today. We're actually in Jeremy Bumpus's shop here. And you guys may recognize Jeremy. He's the host of Truck Tech and also CarFix on Motortrend television. So Jeremy has a huge VIM order today. I'm going to introduce you to you guys, let him kind of run over all of these different tools and what he uses them for to build awesome hot rods like you see behind us. So you guys check this one out.
All right, cool. So starting off with this order that we've got, pretty standard stuff to start off with. We've got sockets. We've got our spark plug sockets. You can see these, magnetic insert here. What I like about these, and if you look over at these as well, how long they are. So if you're ever dealing with anything where you're working with a long stud, you got to get a wrench in there, kind of break it loose and work it back far enough that you can get your normal size socket on it. Well, you know that sucks. Well, with these, you don't have to worry about that. Another cool thing, we've got our oil wrench pliers, self-adjusting. So these are really easy to use. If you're in a pinch, need to get in there, you can squeeze those out real quick. For us upholstery, paint and body guys, these are amazing. Get in there, little pry rods, pop door panels, whatever else off with. Those work out really great. Let's see, what else we got here? All right, moving on to this side, we've got more amazing long sockets. I really love these things. Then our wrenches, we've got ratcheting wrenches here, and you can see how skinny these are. Super lightweight, got the cutouts right here. Really easy to use if you're down in a tight spot. Won't get those hands and wrists very tired. So then we've got an offset reversible ratcheting wrench. We can pretty much put any size extension in this we want. You can see how they flex, so how versatile that would be. Really get in those tight spots. We've got more really long sockets, if you can't tell how much I really like those. Then we've got dual drive spring-loaded universal sockets. Check those out. When they're spring-loaded, they pop back to their normal position. So this way, what these are great with is if you get in there and you've got a flex unit and you want to get down on a bolt and it kind of falls down on you, you're trying to get it back on the bolt head. But with these, they're going to pop right back every time, so you don't have to fight with that. All right, then we've got our storage units. Now, I really like these. And since we're building a lot of these cars, there's a lot of things that go back on them. You're taking them apart. You need to keep up with everything. So you can actually store everything in here. What's also neat is the top section of the case actually goes down over the inside units along with these pull out. So if you need to get one out, get everything out of your little bin, you can do that. Super easy to use. Then we've got our master sets. This is a quarter drive master set. We've got pretty much everything we need in this. Also spring loaded once again. So these little swivels are awesome. Get rid of that. We've got a 3/8 drive master set. So I know this will get used most in the shop. Carter working back there behind us, I know he's going to wear this out. Next up, we've got an Impact 50 set. These get used a lot around the shop. These are 3/8 drive. We've got pretty much every Torx and hex bit you could imagine in here, so you're going to get everything you need. And even stuff that we wouldn't typically use, but you never know when you might need something, so that's going to come in handy. So then these are our full 1-inch bit length, so check these out. These are 1 inch. And this was really cool as well. So you can see we've got a few little marks on here. We've got a white dot, so if we want, we can line the dots up on both of these, slide it in, then we get a nice little T-handle where you can use it like that. If we want to pull this out and not line the dot up, oop, got a little ratchet set. Just how versatile that is so handy. You don't have to run around, find another ratchet, find another bit, find an extension. It's all right there. All right, so next up, we've got more Torx hex bits in here. These are 5/8 inch long, so you can see how short these are compared to the 1 inch that we just pulled out, so check that out. So if you don't have the room for this, obviously when you stick the longer one in, that's the more length you're going to have. We put this one in, it's a lot more shallow if we need that, which a lot of times we do, so that'll come in really handy. So these are really cool. These are the ball hex and ball Torx bit, and you're probably wondering, like, what would we use these for? But I've got a bolt right here. If we take it out, put it in the extension, you get a little more degree out of it, a little more movement. So if you can see that there, instead of just being straight on it where we can't have any movement at all, if we have a little bit of angle, we can use that to our advantage right there. All right, so then we've got a 3.5 inch long ratchet. Got a pivoting head on that. These are really handy because a lot of times if you're getting down in an engine compartment or something, you can't have a full length ratchet. You can really just squeeze your hand in there sometimes. So these come in really handy to get in those tight spots. We also have a 3.5 inch 3/8 drive ratchet. So excited to use those two. Moving on down, this is a badge removal tool. Also works as a wheel weight removal tool, but on a lot of the modern trucks, we're always removing these badges to try to clean up the look, and this is a really easy way to do that. You just kind of get it behind the badge and you can work it out through there, maybe a little heat to help you out. And then moving on down here is this little guy. So this thing right here led to this whole table of a tool order. So we were talking about it. He was telling me, we got this really cool tool. And I was like, yeah, I need one of those. Next thing I knew, here we are. We've got all these other tools. So being in the paint booth right now and painting some stuff, this is VIM's Paint Rescue Pick. Now what that means is if you're painting, you get a little trash in, you get a little dirt, a little fuzz, maybe you get some little bug flying around in there that you're trying to get rid of, and it lands in your clear coat. It really sucks because a lot of times you can't get it out. You can fold a piece of tape, you can try to tape it out of there, and sometimes you just make a mess. If you look at this, it's actually got this little, it looks like a needle coming out of there, but it's got little burrs on it. If you get real tight, it's got a lot of little legs kicking off of here. So, for instance, if we had a piece of dirt down here in our clear coat and we wanted to get it out, we can take this. It's really good to have this big body pin because you want to be as careful as you can, where you can be steady because you don't want to get into your clear coat. You can go down, grab the fuzz, twist the pin. Those little burrs will grab that fuzz and pull it right out of your clear coat, and you just saved your paint job. All right, then last we've got a mag rag. Now this is really handy to have around, microfiber towel, mainly to have for your toolbox and your tools, because you know if we're working with a wrench, we're down in an engine compartment, if you're not working on a new build, you're gonna get greasy, things are gonna happen. You wanna keep good tools clean. So take the microfiber, keep your tools clean. We've got a magnet in here as well so you can keep it stuck to your toolbox, but once your microfiber gets dirty from cleaning off all that grease, you can pull the magnet out of the microfiber, throw it in the washer, keep it clean, then go stick it back on your toolbox.
Well, Jeremy, I had no idea that this whole entire order came from the paint rescue pen.
A paint pen, because I looked at the catalog for the paint pen, and then I went, ooh, what about that? What about that? What about that? And then there we are with a whole table of stuff, all because of this one paint pen you showed me.
That's cool. That's great. Well, I know you did the whole order, but today I brought you 3 pieces that you may not have ever seen before. And it's something kind of unique and something kind of cool.
Yeah.
And these are our ratcheting flower wrenches. So we have 3 different sets of these things. We have the RFW 100 that goes from an 8 to a 14, the RFW 150 that goes from a 15 to a 19, and the RFW 200 that goes from a 22 up to a 32. Now I know you're wanting to know what these goofy looking tools are,
yes,
but they're really, really cool. Let me grab one of these hex bits and I'll do you a quick demo.
Thought it looked like little robot hands. I didn't know what I'd use little robot hands for.
So we've got a 19 millimeter hex. So we're going to pretend this is a brake line, transmission line, fuel line, whatever, but the hex portion itself is going to simulate the line nut that you're trying to take off.
Gotcha.
So these open and they self-close once you put it around there. So the way it's designed, you just click it around like this and it will lock on. So the inside of this actually locks on to the line nut and the overlap is there. So when you start removing it, if you'll notice, before the ratchet in action closes, that's already back and overlapping. So they're not gonna spread on you. So it just gives you a way to ratchet and tight access instead of trying to use a regular line wrench, you know, and getting a quarter turn, and sometimes you have to flip it over and get a quarter turn. So it's just a cool little set that VIM's come out with, and it also works with SAE sizes. If you flip them over, it's got the SAE.
Okay, so you just
sizes
flip them
the
to get
side.
nice.
So, but that's kind of a cool little three add-on set that we wanted to bring
Nice.
to put with this order.
Well, I'm glad you brought that now, because at first I was like, I don't know, but yeah, we'll use those for sure.
Well, I don't know if you're familiar, but while we're here, we might as well talk about it. So VIM has been in business since 1931. It started out in California. The original owner of VIM actually started the business with his sailor's bonus, and that's where VIM started. And it kind of grew into kind of the first tool truck. He kind of peddled tools out of the back of his vehicle, and he kind of grew the line from there. But the bit sets is where VIM started, and that's kind of their bread and butter.
Okay.
So we're a little bit different than some of your other bit sets that you see, but if you'll notice on the side of all of our bits, they have a S2 stamp. So that's a S2 steel. That's a special steel that's developed. And it's just a little bit different than other steel on the market.
Yeah.
And it just gives our bits a lot stronger bit profile. They're not going to wear out as fast.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you break them, they're a lifetime warranty, so you don't have to worry about that. But nobody wants to wear out a tool, and it's always going to be the tool that you're using, or you wouldn't have wore it out, right?
Right.
And you don't want to have to wait on a replacement. So if it's made out of S2, it's just going to hang in there a little bit longer and kind of last, and work as hard as you do.
Yeah, Bob, yeah, it's very cool. I can tell a lot, I feel like, by the looks of a tool too, just the quality and how they're going to be. And these look really heavy duty. And so yeah, I could see that it'd be very hard to break or wear out one of those.
Sure. And if you ever do break one, we have a pretty cool system set up. So if you'll notice on all of our boxes, they have a QR code. So you simply scan that QR code and it'll take you to the parts breakdown, and you can go to our website and you just click submit a warranty. You put in that part number and we'll ship you one at no charge.
You don't need to make it any easier for me to get on the website. We'll have another one of these tables sitting here.
Maybe I need to sneak over there to your computer and put a bookmark in there, and that way it'll just pop up every time you open your Explorer. But Jeremy, I definitely appreciate it. I'm hoping to come back. Maybe we can shoot some content. I know you got some really cool SEMA builds. We're looking at the frame for one that's over here that's pretty bad. And off to my left, guys, which would be your right, there is a beautiful, beautiful car sitting here. And he did tell me that's going to be in SEMA for the 2025. So.
That's right. We've got 3 that should be going this year, maybe a bike that's sitting over there. So we've got a lot in the works.
Awesome. Well, Jeremy, we definitely appreciate your business. We appreciate you selecting VIM, and we look forward to seeing you use some of our tools to build some of these beautiful rides.
We're about to put them to work.
There you go. Thanks. All right, guys, so that's the video today. Hopefully you like it. If you do, be sure to click that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and check out Jeremy's socials, because he also has a YouTube channel and an Instagram channel. So if you want to tell everybody what yours is, that way they can follow you.
Yeah, so Instagram and Facebook is at the Hotrod Shop MS. And Alex, what's our YouTube? The Hotrod Shop MS.
There you go, guys. Y'all have a great weekend. Catch you later.